Which be nice. As we are diving into our fresh series, we're diving into the quarterfinals. So just setting up our players. Boom, there we go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Shopify ReBellioN. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the other South Korean Protoss player, the Pink Protoss for Among Us two people. It is ReBellioN. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our fresh best of 3. And I want to say very quickly as well that the last series was a good example of what I love about PvP when it comes to the mirror matchups in general, like TvT, PvP, and ZVZ. Specifically Korean PvP. Like, that was a good example of that. Like ReBellioN versus Lunacy, or give me like Classic versus Hero, or Hero versus Zaun. A lot of these guys, they're animals. And they're crazy whenever they play against each other. I don't know, there's something about specifically not even just Korean PvP, but just Korean mirror matchups in general. Like, they're typically a little more chaotic, a little more intense, and they can lead to some wild games. It's crazy. That'd be crazy. I appreciate it. But here we go. Now we have our fresh series. Coming into this, ByuN is coming in as the favorite player to win the entire tournament. There were some other signups that we had previously, like Solar, for example, that could maybe threaten ByuN. But for the most part, ByuN is coming as a favorite, and we'll see if anyone can stop him. ReBellioN currently stands in his way, and bearing in mind, we have Shameless waiting in the semifinals as well. So we'll see if we can make him bleed. So far, double gas opener, faster factory before the command center, so we have a more tech heavy start. I would say this is a little bit surprising, bearing in mind that this is a larger map of the map pool, known for longer games, so we often do see players cutting corners. But ReBellioN has a reputation. We just saw him in the last series. ReBellioN can be very cheeky, can be very aggressive, can be very unorthodox in his play. Very rarely does ReBellioN just play standard. It's a rare sight just to see just regular vanilla standard play out of ReBellioN. He's a little more spicy, Pappy, a little more spicy. And speaking of spicy, Stargate opener. Is he gonna get scouted? The Reaper is out. Adept is in position. Now, there is a build that ReBellioN is fond of in this matchup, and that is a Tempest Rush. So we have seen him Tempest Rush before. So we'll keep an eye on the timing of any kind of Fleet Beacon or a second Stargate. We shall see. And then you get Patty Mac to come here and dominate this tournament. Oh, it's that Patty Mac. Is he back in China? I know that he was spending a lot of time in China for studies, but I know he went back for a bit of a break. I want to say during DreamHack Dallas. But I don't know if he's back or not. As Reaper is going to get sniped. Does snipe the Reaper. The Reaper does scout the initial Stargate. It is going to be an Oracle opener and nothing too crazy yet. There's no Fleet Beacon. There's no second Stargate. Opening up Oracle, and thankfully ByuN is fully aware, and with the help of his Cyclone, he should be able to defend. Looks me okay. Now there it is. And again, there's a reason why at the very beginning we didn't mention the Fleet Peak, and we did mention that ReBellioN is very fond of rushing into Tempest, and he is going for it. Now I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't see a second Stargate, so I'm thinking Tempest Rush. There is another variation where we see a Mothership Rush. True. ReBellioN, he does like going for Mothership Rushes as well. Twilight Council's on the way. This could be for the Mothership. Show us what you got. Is there ReBellioN? Oh no, it's, you know what? It's I was like, is it gonna be Tempest? Is it gonna be the Mothership Rush? It is a carrier. Okay. I don't think I've seen him do this. I don't think I've seen this variation from ReBellioN yet. But hey, you know what? Now I have. Now I see that ReBellioN, he's willing to do anything. He's an animal. Okay. Carry into Glaives? Okay, I see what's going on. So if you remember, there was a build scan into the natural, not into the main base. Doesn't see much, does see some adepts, but nothing too crazy. I mean, there are more adepts than should be here. Maybe that's a tell. But if you remember, there was a build that Classic popularized a couple of years ago. It was November of 2023 or 2024 in GSL, where Classic in PvZ, he went for a Tempest Rush with a single Stargate into a hard switch into mass +1 Blinkstalker. And the goal there was to force the Zerg player to overreact to the Tempest, to make a Spire, to make too many Corruptors, and then they die to the Stalkers instead. Right? This is something that Classic did to great success in GSL, and a lot of players had emulated him in the months preceding this as well, in the months after this, I should say. It feels like this is similar, where the goal might be for ReBellioN to reveal his carriers, to show them, to have ByuN overreact, and then bam, mass adept. That's at least what's going through my mind. But I feel like to do that, oh, he scans. No, he scans. I was gonna say that it would benefit to show the carrier. Now we see the scan, and now ByuN sees everything. He doesn't just see the carrier, he sees the gateways and the Twilight Council. ByuN knows. And now it's time to wall up. Now we need SimCity. We need a wall up. We have a bunker on the low ground. A second bunker would benefit. Depots as well. As ByuN is aware of the 2 base all in. And here comes ReBellioN. So again, I assumed that he was going to be revealing his carriers first. To try like force out Vikings and force out more Cyclones and force out anti-air, but ByuN, he sees everything anyway, so we're just we're just gonna send it, pappy. Now ByuN, he saw the gases at the natural, he saw the gases in the main base, so I mean he saw the adepts. Now he confirms the mass adept. ByuN, he sees everything. I'm still concerned about the lack of anti-air, sorry, the lack of SimCity. The lack of SimCity here is a bit concerning. One bunker does help, but is it going to be enough? What am I to borrow? There's a relation. Oh, he sends in. Does them in so far, avoids the mine shots. Does try to avoid. Can we force some friendly fire with the interceptors? Oh, ooh, not good. Jesus, not quite. Doesn't force a friendly fire. ByuN, he's holding. He's holding onto the ramp. We have more depths warping in. There's a lot of interceptors going down. Oof, even more. Base out the stasis, and ReBellioN has to get the hell out of here. He pulls away. ByuN trading very efficiently, and on 2 bases, even going into Ghost production. The academy is done. Ghosts are on the way. I see Lunacy in the chat. That's my build. I did mention earlier that ReBellioN and Lunacy, they're good friends, and they often do give each other their own builds. Does often occur. But this is crazy, man. It's crazy. So here comes ByuN. Making his way across. ReBellioN, he's going to try to macro out of this. He's getting a 3rd base, but again, tech-wise, he doesn't really have anything. So, very quickly here, when it comes to the army composition that ReBellioN has, he has Glaive Adepts and he has a couple of carriers. He has no splash damage. The army, the gateway units themselves are not very efficient compared to Blinkstalkers and compared to Zealots. It's a very inefficient composition, and as time goes on, ByuN is just building up a greater army, drops into the main base, Probe's going to be going down. Nice pickle save by ByuN. Gets full workers, the main army does push out across the map, and there's going to be a tough hold here for ReBellioN. So it leads out even more depths. The drop does get out. And again, the main army is almost pure adept. Now the sentries have potential with their force fields, for sure. Jesus. No, shall we commit? Can we force friendly fire? No, no, good. Yeah, the mine shots are going off. Oof. Before the shade. And as they try to commit in, and they're picking up the Marines, okay. They trade well against the Marines. ByuN has to pull back, has to respect this. He's building up more Marauders. And picks up, just picks up, pulls away at the same time, drop back into the main base. 4 more probe kills. Looking to depower the main. ReBellioN is all in. It's all or nothing back. He shades. Dives on the army. EMPs were a little bit late, but the depth stage just crumble. Yeah, the depth stage just crumble. They just melt. The carriers are all that remain. Focus now whatever marines they can, but GG gets called. There's just not enough in the air, and ByuN will take game number 1. Whew, GG, well played. Unfortunate there for ReBellioN that he got scanned. This is also why I kind of wanted him to reveal part of his hand just to de-incentivize scanning, right? Like if the carrier revealed itself, then there's less reason for ByuN to scan, because he's like, oh, you went for a fleet beacon, you went for a Stargate, you're going for carriers, going for something more dedicated. But again, ByuN didn't see anything, so he was prompted to scan, and he saw everything: the Stargates, the carriers, and the mass gateway explosion, and the Twilight Council as well. So with that, ByuN was able to prepare back at home, able to take a defensive stance, build up his Bio, his Widow Mines, his Marauders. GG, well played. With that, ByuN takes a lead, and now we're getting ready for game number 2. Let's go. Let's go. So our players are setting up. Once again, looks like we still don't really have any other updates in the quarterfinals yet, which means we might be able to just follow this into the upper semis. Might be able to. Bearing in mind, if you want to tune into Nice versus Percival, I believe that's being covered by Dave. I believe Dave Tesla is on that series. He's all over that. I just messaged ReBellioN. Okay, we're good. Okay, we are good to go. So game 2 is going to be on Ruby Rock, one of the smaller maps in the map, or one of the more aggressive maps instead. And we'll see what kind of aggression ReBellioN brings to the table this time. Oh boy, I'm ready, Mappy, I'm ready. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner here of Ruby Rock, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the the red Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN, leading the series 1-0. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Among Us 2 people. It is ReBellioN. Here we go. Whew, here we go as we are getting into game number 2 here, and again the pressure is on. Last game we saw ByuN opening up double gas into a delayed expansion, went for a safer build. I would imagine he will do the same thing here on Ruby Rock. As I mentioned before, ReBellioN does have a reputation of being very unorthodox, very quirky, very aggressive with his builds and with his play. We saw that last game with a crazy 2-base all-in going carrier mass adept. I'm sure we won't see that again, but we could see something different. We will see something different and something more chaotic, I'm sure, as well. I'm ready. Go. Yeah. Yeah, so now once again, double gas open into a faster factory. To be expected here from ByuN, just going for a more tech heavy and a safer start in the early game. Meanwhile, ReBellioN does not proxy, no pylon, no shenanigans out on the map yet. Okay, so what have we seen? We saw some crazy carrier adept build. We still have yet to see a Tempest Rush. We've still yet to see, say, like a charge based all-in. I'm just trying to go through my, sift through my mind and try to remember the kind of builds that we've seen from ReBellioN and PvT. And in my memory at least, I do recall a lot of Stargate play. And maybe a charge all in. But we'll see. We might even see some standard play, true. Possible. Nah, it's not going to be standard Robo Opener. Robo Open out of ReBellioN. Now, if this was any other player, I would say that this is a viable build. It's very out of meta and very out of fashion. If you remember, a couple of years ago, I want to say like around 2023 was when this was at its peak. It was back when we saw a rise in popularity of 3-racks stim timings. We saw a lot of stim timings, a lot of 3-racks from the side of Terran. This was during the site Delta map pool. Cure was notorious for these 3-racks. And a way to hard counter that would be to open up Robo. Why? When you go for a Robo opener, that means you get a fast Robo, it means you get access to a fast Bay, it means you get access to a fast Colossus. And we would often see players go fast Colossus to shut down the early sim timings and to build up in towards the mid game. But that's if I was casting another player, I'd be thinking of that. For ReBellioN, this could be immortal production into like a bit of a Soul Train, like 2-base all in. I don't know if he really intends. Yeah, he's throwing out more gates. So 3 more gates on the way. No Twilight Council. ByuN back at home is going for an early tank. Is going for an early drop actually. Okay, early drop. Cyclone moves in. Ooh, Cyclone does catch a Stalker. Takes down the Stalker. Takes down the Adept. Warp gate is not yet done, but the Immortal does pop out in time. Whew, and ReBellioN is holding. And here comes the all-in. As I mentioned, a bit of a Soul Train. We're warping in the Sentries, the Immortals, the Prism. No Blink. No Twilight Council. No upgrades. Just vanilla gateway units to help support the Immortals. Now, ByuN scouted. Remember, ByuN, he saw the Robo, he saw the Immortal, he knows that something is coming his way early. Despite that, he's still going for the tank drop. Wait, no, my apologies. He keeps tank at home. Why am I blind? Okay, yeah, he keeps it at home. Keeps tank at home. Marines, they do trigger the shields on the Immortal. They trigger the shields. Anti-air is limited. Oh, and the Marines, they just ignore the army. They ignore the army, they force the defensive warp in. The shield battery is not done, Stalker's on its own. Spoils are being pulled. At the same time, Prism's under fire. The Viking! Oh, 2 more volleys! What a mess! Barely does get a Prism, goes down. Boys are being pulled. And there's no way out of this. There's no way out of this. The Colossus tanking some shots, nice target firing there out of ByuN, does focus on the Immortal, and Land Viking will clean this up. The Immortal goes down, ByuN he defends, and across the map the drop is still popping off, getting 8 probe kills. 8 probes go down, ByuN he defends, and ReBellioN he is stuck with nothing here. Because of this build, he has no upgrades, he has no tech, he's just now starting with the Twilight Council, so very late Twilight Council, very late upgrades. Very rough position here for ReBellioN. He still has an army to work with, but trying to push and break a siege line without Blink, it's not going to be easy. There's the scan. Scans confirms the Twilight Council, confirms the research. Also gets eyes on the lack of gases. True. A lot of information here at the natural. And ByuN can just chill. Just chill on 2 bases. Has a bit of economy. And can eventually break out. Keen has it up ByuN. Spots the Observer. And here comes the main push. Now, ReBellion's going to try to meet him. The problem here, once again, no Blink, right? There's no Blink. Charge will finish up, but the numbers just are not there. Oh, this works. Okay. Going for the base trade. Let's go. ReBellioN gets spotted. ByuN, he turns it. He does not turn around. He does not turn around. He does not flinch. ByuN, he commits. But I turns back. Okay, now he knows. He sees his zealots. ByuN turns back around. Charge does he try to commit into the natural, but ByuN is in position. He stims on forward. Force fields will buy some time. ReBellioN has to get out of here. No. Sentries get caught. Pull away, Pappy. Pull away. And this at least does give ReBellioN some time. Thankfully, he's able to now start to saturate his third base. Storm is on the way. ReBellioN, he's slowly recovering. He's trying to stabilize. The problem, of course, is that even with Storm, it's not going to be an easy defense here for ReBellioN. It's a lot of tearing. It's a lot of tearing back. ByuN does move out. He will catch the High Templar. Get Templar exposed. Oh no! He gets one. Gets two. One storm lands. Final Templar is sniped. ReBellioN trying to engage. Does get on top of one of the tanks. Tanks are exposed. He gets one. He gets two. He's going to get up to three. Yeah, three. All four tanks go down. Better angle here from ReBellioN. Better engage. ReBellioN does win the fight. Again, ByuN, he was caught on siege, he was surrounded. And can we do that again? Because ByuN is still rallying, he still has the better army. The upgrades, has numbers on his side. Yeah, scan spots how exposed the bases. How many storms do we have? 5 High Templar, that's a lot of Templar, but not many storms. ReBellioN, he needs more time. Okay, one storm lands. Forces a split. Yeah, better arc, better concave from ByuN, and he's just hitting in. He's living on forward. He's going for the kill. Takes out the final Stalkers. The last Immortal here is going to be focused down as well. And that's all the ReBellioN had left. That was the final army. GG gets called, and ByuN will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Congratulations here to ByuN as it does claim the series. Again, a very chaotic series out of ReBellioN, very aggressive. Even here had some quirky builds, going for his own Robo opener. Going for his own Robo. And with that, GG, well played. ByuN, he does claim the series, does advance on, and we're getting ready for the semi-finals. Oh boy.